This video, now let's talk about the object in JavaScript. First of all, let's create here the new file and we'll discuss about the what is object and how we can use the object and what are the methods, what are the different steps to create the object, what are the different ways to create the object in JavaScript. We'll discuss about it in this video. So first of all, let's create here the new file that is object.html, and this is my file name. I'm using here the boilerplates to get the default code here. I'm gonna change this document into the object in JS. It means JavaScript, and inside the body section, I'll use the script tag to write the JavaScript code. And first of all, now let's talk about the object. What is object and why we need the object? If you are familiar with the C# or the Java, then you may know about the object-oriented concept. It means in object-oriented concept, there is a class and object concept, right? But in JavaScript, we don't have class concept. We can create directly object without the class. So JavaScript is not a completely object-oriented programming language. It is a prototype object-oriented language. So we can call it as, I can write here, the prototype object oriented language. So this is the definition of the JavaScript if you are comparing with the object-oriented concepts. So we can call it as prototype object-oriented language or template object-oriented language, right? Because we don't have class concept in the JavaScript. So in JavaScript, we can create the object in especially three different ways. The first way is the using the object literal, literal, object literal. And second one is the creating the instance of the object, instance of object. And third one is the concepts of object constructor, object constructor. These are the three ways to create the object in the JavaScript. First of all, let's discuss about the object literal. This object literal depends upon the a key value pair. And what is key value pair? First of all, let's see here. Let, this is my variable, different types. So we can use the let and then the const and then the var keyword to represents the variable, right? So I'm writing here let obj. This is my reference variable equal to, I'm using here the curly braces, and inside the curly braces, I'm writing here the name. And if I type here the Vikas, and you can see first of all here, the name is the key and Vikas is the value. So we can call it as the name value pair, right? And to insert the another key value pair, I have to separate it by comma, and I'm writing here address, and then I'm writing here Pokhara. And also I can make the many key value pair like the name, address, phone number, and many more things. But I'm just showing you the example. So I will only use the two key value pair. One is the name and the Vikas. Name is the key, Vikas is the value. Address is the key, and Pokhara is the value. So I'm creating here the object here, right? And if I want to display this in the output, then I can just write here the document.write. And I can display only the name, or I'm writing here to access the name. First of all, let's use the reference variable that is object.name, right? And if I click on the go live options, this code is running here, and I got the Vikas as the output. And if I want to need the Vikas object plus name, this is the name. And if I need another thing, that is the obj.address, there you can see here the nothing is displaying here, because first of all we have to use here the string concatenation object. It means I have to use here the concatenation, right, using this plus, and then the plus. And if I go to here, now still I'm not getting the output. Okay, obj, right? Vikas plus Pokhara, but this is actually, I don't need anything. I have to use the plus symbol, and I can get here the Vikas Pokhara. And if I need some space here, Then I can use the quotation and then the quotation and plus symbol here. And you can see because and then the Pokhara, right? So in this way, you can use the string concatenation concept also. Also, you can use the string interpolation concepts. So using the literal symbol. So I will discuss in another example. And this is the first way to create the object in the JavaScript. I will put this code inside the comment section so that you won't get confused here. So I'm pressing the Ctrl key C. And another way of creating object is using the instance of object. So this is the second way to create the object in JavaScript. So to create the object using the instance, I'm writing here the let obj equal to new and then the object, right? This is the process of creating object using the instance of object. The obj is reference and this new object is actually it represents the instance of object, right? And if I want to insert the value here, then I have to use the obj.name equal to, I'm writing here the class and obj dot address address equal to, and if I type here the Pokhara, and if I want to display the value from here, then I can simply write here the document dot write and then the obj dot name, right? Obj dot name. And if I go to the here, now I got the because as the output, right? This is the way to display, way to create the instance of object and how we can display the value from the instance of object. I'm creating this as the object, right? Using the new keyword, and I'm providing value from the using the dot operator, that is object is reference variable, and I'm providing here the value as name as because and address as Pokhara. So this is the another way to create the object in the JavaScript. I'm again gonna put this code inside the comment, and after that, third way to create the object in JavaScript is that object constructor, right? The third way to create the JavaScript as object constructor. And in the object constructor, first of all, let's create here the one function using the function and the my function and function, right? And inside the function, I can write here the name and then the address. These are my two parameter. And inside the function, I can write here the this.name and equal to, I can write here the because. This is the first value. And this keyword represents the current object, right? So this is the current object. So don't be confused here. And this dot address equal to, if I write here the inside the quotation Pokhara, and after that I can just give the output from here. First of all, let's call this function using the constructor. It means I'm writing here the let result equal to result equal to new, and then the my function, and inside the my function I can pass the value as because and address as Pokhara. And if I need the output, then I can just display here the document dot write and inside the document dot write result dot name. Okay, and if I go to the browser, now I got the because as the output, right? And if I want to change because car key, and if I go to here, now I got the because as the first name and car key as the last name. And if I want to concatenate these two values using the string interpolation method, then I can simply type here the tilde symbol. Tilde symbol is just top in the tab symbol, okay? Or you can just press just below the exe symbol, and after typing the tilde, just type here the first name is, and then they just use here the dollar symbol and then the curly braces, and just give the name, right? And last name is, just give the dollar symbol and just use the curly braces, and just type here the this dot address I can just type here the address. Okay, and if I go to the browser, now I got the nothing here. First of all, I have to use the result dot result dot name result.name, and then the result.address, right? Res into result.address. And if I go to the browser, now I got the my name. For the first name is Vikas Karki, last name is Pokhara. Okay, actually, this is not last name. This is address is Pokhara. Okay, I can write here the address is Pokhara. So in this way, you can create the object in JavaScript into three different ways. First one is the using the object literal, where we talked about the key value pair, and second one is the using the object instance of object, right? To creating the instance of object using the new keyword and then this keyword. And third one is the object constructor. So it means we are just passing value from the constructor of the object, right? So by creating the constructor, and in this way, you can create the object in JavaScript. As we already discussed about, object is real world entities, which has the fixed properties and the value. Not fixed property and value, but if any entity that has the property and value, but in real world, every entity has the property and value. So in real world, the every entity is known as the object. And if you talked about the JavaScript, this is actually the everything in JavaScript is object, but there isn't any class concept. So we cannot call JavaScript as the pure object-oriented programming language. You can call it as template, or you can say the prototype object-oriented language, right? So if you get any confusion regarding this video, you can ask me in the comment section. If you are new to this channel, please do not forget to like this video and subscribe this channel. Thank you. Thank you so very much.